Hey guys, tonight we're going to be talking about period panties. So disclaimer, if periods bother you or they gross you out, now is the time to check out of this video and go watch something else because we're going to be talking about periods, flow, and all of that stuff. So it's going to get pretty graphic. So now's your chance. If any of that grosses you out, I definitely would click on to another video. Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about period panties and Thinx period panties or period underwear, whatever you want to call them. You might have seen the Thinx period underwear or panties in your Facebook newsfeed. That's where I saw them. And at first I was like, ooh, that's so gross, you know, just like sitting in your own stuff. But then I kind of was intrigued, and reason being is I've always had very heavy periods, and after I had the twins, you know, babies kind of shifted things moved around, dropped, you know, it's not pretty after you have kids. But because of that, a tampon for me does not catch everything. I will leak past the tampon, so I always have to wear a pad. Like, I can't wear a panty liner. I must wear like a full pad even with the tampon, so it's really a pain in the butt. So when I saw these, I was like, well, maybe I could use these instead. So I went over to shethinx.com, www.shethinx.com, and that's where you'll find the period underwear. They come in all different shapes and sizes. They have hip huggers, thongs, boy shorts, sport ones, high-waisted, cheekies. I think that's all of them. And there's different price ranges, and also depending on your flow, will also depend on what kind of, you know, underwear you want to purchase. Obviously, if you are very, very light, you know, the thong might be something you're interested in. That will hold about half a tampon's worth of flow. And the hip hugger, which is what I purchased first, will hold up to 2 tampons, you know, of stuff. So it's pretty impressive. So anyway, I was like, well, you know, how does this work? So the underwear is, you know, made, it has different layers of fabric in it. It does not feel like thick or diapery or plasticky at all. It's very, very soft. And the top layer of fabric is going to wick away any of that moisture or stuff. So you're not going to be like sitting in it. Like, it's not going to, you know, you're not going to be like stewing in it, if you know. Gross, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be like sitting in it. It's not going to be like all up against you. That top layer is going to help wick that away. And they also have a layer that has silver run through it, so that's going to give like an antimicrobial property to it. So that's going to help kill some bacteria, so you don't have to worry about like odors or anything like that. I went ahead and purchased the hip huggers. The hip huggers are $38, yeah, I think $38 a pair. Let me just make sure. Pretty sure they're $38 a pair. 34, so wrong. The high-waisted, I think, are 38. Yeah, they're $34. $34. They hold up to 2 tampons worth of flow, and you can get them in black or like a beigey color. And I chose black because I thought if all this is going to go in my underwear, I really don't want to see a lot of it, you know, or in detail anyway. So I picked up the hip hugger, and this is what they look like. I got a size small. So this is what it looks like. They're really pretty. Like, when you think of period underwear, you think of like the nasty underwear that you don't wear anymore in your drawers, and like, you know, because they're all stained and everything, and that's what you wear. But these are really pretty. I got a size small. Like I said, I'm 5'5", 130, and this works out great for me. I might be between a small and a medium. It just depends on the type of, you know, coverage you want and how big your bum is and stuff like that. But the small works for me. And they are really pretty. Like I said, they've got this stretchy black lace up here all around the waistband. They're very stretchy, very comfortable. They're like 95% cotton. They've got some elastic in their nylon, polyester, things like that, of course. But super, super comfy, and just, this is very, very soft on the outside. You know, it's very nice, pretty. They've got this nice little detail. I don't know if you can tell on here. It's a real pretty detail around the legs, so I really like that as well. And then on the inside, where the tag is, it'll say Thinx, and then it says hip hugger and heavier days, so it's going to give me like a flow chart here. And it also tells you to pre-wash it. When you're done with them each night, you want to pre-wash it, just kind of wash that stuff out, and then you're going to throw it in the wash, cold water, Don't use any bleach or any fabric softener and then hang them up to dry. So you can use them the next day and the next day if you want to, especially because they're expensive. Now, I'm planning on, buying more pairs of these, so I will hopefully get like a week's worth, because my period is super heavy and lasts like 7 to 10 days. So all you people that have like 3-day periods and they're light as all get out, bless you. But I'm not that way. Yeah, it looks kind of like a massacre, but and it lasts a long time. So I was really excited about the hip hugger. I knew it was going to give me the most coverage, and as you can see, the panel, this whole back panel, the back part of it is all going to like catch any of that. Same with all the way up through the front. So if you're laying down at night, you're not going to have to worry about anything leaking up through the front or out the back and staining your sheets or any of that gross stuff. So really, really nice. No worries at nighttime. So I bought the hip hugger, and I was like, well, I want to see how it holds up with tampon and also without anything. So my heaviest days were there. I put it on with a tampon. Of course, I leak through a tampon, and it took care of everything, didn't leak out. I wasn't, didn't feel wet. There wasn't an odor. It took care of everything. I was really, really happy. And then as my lighter days came, I didn't wear anything, and I could just wear this, and it took care of everything. So it's, great. You're not going to be, wasteful if you're environmentally conscious. You don't have to worry about a lot of plastic, with the tampons and a lot of, all that trash that goes with it. And also if you are health conscious, so you don't have to worry about all the chemicals that are in the pads and tampons out there. So just lots of pros to these babies. So I was like, okay, well, I mostly wear thongs every single day. I mean, I don't wear thongs to bed, but I'll wear like the full coverage, or as my husband calls them, granny panties, to bed. But during the day, I usually wear thongs just because I don't like to have any underwear lines through my clothes. So I went ahead onto the site and picked up the thong. And the thong, I think, is $24. Let me just make sure. Yep, $24. And that's going to hold up to like a half of a tampon worth of stuff. So still a lot. So what was great was I could wear a tampon and I didn't have to have any backup. I could just wear these. And these are really pretty as well. Really pretty waistband, stretchy, very comfortable. The back part of the thong is not too tiny, not too big. Because some of them are like strings and some of them are like too big. So it's really the right amount in the back. And you're going to get the coverage again all the way from the front all the way up the back. So you're not going to have to worry about leaks at all. It was fantastic. We get our period once a month, and it's just this necessary thing we have to deal with. And these just make life a little bit nicer when you're having your period. So I truly love these and recommend these. I bought both of these myself. I'm not getting paid by Thinx. They didn't even send me any for review. These were just something I picked up myself and thought I'll give them a try. So I absolutely love them. They come in sizes small to 3XL, so you can be a tiny girl all the way up to a big girl, and you'll be able to find a pair of Thinx underwear that's going to work for you. And go to www.shethinx.com, and you'll be able to see, the different sizes, like the hip hugger, the high waist. The high waist is really pretty. They've got like lace panels. The boy shorts, which looks kind of like boy boxers, really. The cheekies, if you like those. Some people love those. So check those all out. Different colors. Really, they're just made for everybody. I really, really like that. Different price ranges. Like I said, they're a little bit expensive, but if I'm going to be having my period till menopause, maybe I'll just buy one here and there and, catch them when they're on sale or something like that. But to me, they're totally worth it. Totally worth it. I mean, pads and tampons are expensive. Those babies are expensive. So, this is going to save me money in the long run. So I went ahead and purchased them. So I hope you liked this review. I hope it was helpful to you. If you have any questions for me about the Thinx underwear, I'll show you them again here, just so you can see. There's the thong again. That's what the thong looks like. And then these are the hip huggers. I think I got the thong. I got the thong in a medium. So I didn't want the thong like too tight, so that worked out okay. They might be a tad big, but they're all right. And then these are the hip huggers. But they're pretty underwear. And, even when I'm not on my period, you know, a lot of people like to wear panty liners to kind of take care and protect your underwear. Sometimes I just like wearing these because I know that, you know, I'm going to feel fresh and clean and not have to worry about that. So they're really great. Like I want them for every day of the week, always. Like I love them. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and please drop in the comments below if you've ever purchased these before, what your thoughts are, or maybe if you were sitting on the fence, you know, maybe you're going to get them now, let me know, or maybe you wouldn't get them, just, you know, let me know what you think. But if you are sitting on the fence, get them. Get them. You will love them. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.